Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen, ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos, están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados. Las medias, que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos, que son los de los huevos, que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira, que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, perfecta, 120 euros. Inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares, la cancha no tiene un solo pozo, el arco tiene 7 metros 20 por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre, no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que está a 1 metro y haces así, se la pasas mal. Hijo de puta, eso me puede pasar a mí con esta panza. No hago.
Welcome, people, back to Starting XI. And today we got the whole legends. The whole legends are
here. Sorry, look. You can see my camera's doing it again. See, this is StreamYard, everyone. Yeah? So I'm going to have to leave and come back. It's doing it again. Was I not just good backstage? I'm sorry, guys. I'll leave and come back. My apologies.
As you can see, people, £40. You pay them £40 a month for them to do that to you. But to be honest, I'm feeling good today, and hopefully we get a win out of this. BBK, how are we feeling?
Feeling good, man. You know, the main event is upon us. The undercards are going right now, but you know, all eyes are on West London here in about 1.5 to 2 hours for the next 1.5 to 2 hours. But yeah, I'm not overly nervous about it. I land more on the confidence side of the spectrum, but not cocky, but confident. I'm feeling good about this game, man. But big up to you, big up to Shane, the legend that is the Jezza and the world-class Chet, man. Big up.
Okay, I hear that. Shane, how confident are you today, and how are you feeling? What's your feeling?
Yeah, I'm quite confident. Yeah, I think we can win. I don't think it's as easy a game as some of the top gooners would have you believe, but I'm more concerned about seeing Trossard start as much as he's in form. I don't care if he's past fit. I just think this is the signs that we need to just don't risk him, regardless of it. If he had to go off the pitch, he can't be 100%. Just don't start him. I know he's in form, but we have Madueke, we have Martinelli. And again, I don't want to see Madueke getting a full 90 either. He's only back, but more looking out for things like that. The big dread is coming, whether it's today or next week. Odegaard's back in midfield. So I hope we get one more game without him there. And it's sad that I have to think that way. For me, that's really sad that I have to think I have to wait. Pray that we get one more game before he's fully fit, before Arteta obliterates everything that he's built by throwing this guy back in and slowing everything down. So Odegaard will be back in midfield. If it's not today, maybe tomorrow, but soon he will be. And we just have to pray that he picks up another injury, which is an awful, awful thing to say about any player. But it's just Arteta won't take that decision on himself. I don't wish any player ill will.
What's the conspiracy theory?
Look, there is no. We just know that this guy is going to fucking play him. Trossard, yeah, I said it at the time. It's landed in his lap that he can now put Eze out the wing for Trossard. I wouldn't be overly stunned if that's the team. I don't think Odegaard will start today. I don't. But I wouldn't be surprised. Arteta normally, after a long injury, he gives them one sub appearance and then starts them. And he's had his sub appearance. So I wouldn't be stunned if he starts. Would not be stunned. And the only way he can do it is to shift Eze out the left, because I don't see him dropping Zubimendi and Rice for a game like this. Look, this would be the thing. If Odegaard starts and I see Zubimendi dropped and Rice in the 6 and Eze, I'll go, okay, that gives me a bit more hope that he's not willing to just push Eze out of position for the sake of it. But these are the things I always say I'm looking out for. I'm looking out for this manager learning from his past mistakes. And I don't want Odegaard to get injured. I just know that that's the only way for this manager to play Eze. So, well, to start Eze where he should be starting. But we'll see what happens. The team's out soon. Rumors of Jesus and Gyökeres on the bench, but we'll wait and see what happens when the team comes out.
Okay, we'll have to wait and see. Jezza, long time no see.
Well, from last night watching you in North.
Yeah, that was a night yesterday, man. Big up to North as well, pulling up. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Jez, how are you feeling today? Are you overly confident? Are you how are you feeling?
Yeah, no, I am confident. I think we'll get a result at the Bridge. I've forecast a 2-0, and I'm sticking by that. I would actually, Shane, I'd rather see Trossard start, mate. I won't lie. I think he's in form. He's playing well. I'd give him 60 minutes and change it up in the second half for me. But we, as you just said, we will see what the team is going to be in a little bit. I mean, I don't know if I'd start Madueke in this game yet. I'm not sure about that. But you know he's going to get a load of shit, of course. But he's a professional. He can handle it. But, yeah, I'm confident, mate. I'm confident. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about the game whilst I've been moving half a ton of logs that was delivered this morning at 8 o'clock. And the bloke dropped him off the bloody driveway, which is not where I told him to drop him. So that's been my job today. Thanks very much, mate, for that one. Couldn't get any cars out of the garage. Couldn't get any cars on the drive. Yeah, thank you for that, mate. Cheers.
Cheers. A real man's job. You know what I'm saying? Getting you know what I'm saying? Bigging up logs. You know what I'm saying? Changing a light bulb. That's what women say. That's a real man's job. Views. How are we feeling today, man?
Big up, man. Yeah, I'm feeling all right, man. I'm feeling nervous. That's how I'm feeling, you know what I mean? And I'm laughing at Jez because like I said, I used to work for Wicks. Yeah, I used to work for Harrow Council as well. We would leave your bricks like nowhere near your door, bro, and we're out of there before anyone can come and complain. But I used to be that guy, Jez. So my apologies. Just part of the trade. You're not the only one. Most people get it. It said curbside, and we're like halfway down the road. We're out of it already. Like, you know what I mean? So I used to do that job. Big up, Jez, man. In terms of football, I'm nervous, man. And like I said, we are our own biggest enemy. I don't look at all the other teams and think, oh my God, you know, we got to be scared of this guy. You know, Cole Palmer's meant to be back today. I don't care because it's going to be the same thing as Victor Gyökeres. Another person I heard is going to be on the bench, but are they going to be match fit? Really? Do you know what I'm saying? Are they going to be able to come back after their injury and really affect the game? Now, maybe they could. You know, someone of Cole Palmer's quality, Gyökeres not so much because the team is not playing for him. Do you know what I mean? But we definitely have missed his physicality up front. That's one thing I definitely will say. But yeah, in terms of today, I'm nervous, bro. Like, it feels like the Invincible season again. You know, we could be playing Accrington Stanley. We could be playing Lidl. It don't matter who it is. I'm nervous until we win. You know what I mean? And then I hate playing last as well because everyone's more or less played their games. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, and I can't be happy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I thought I was going to have a successful hate watch earlier. It wasn't successful. Do you see what I'm saying? I can't be happy until Arsenal play. So it's like I'm waiting all weekend just to process my feelings, guys. You know what I'm saying? You want to know about feelings and emotion, guys? It takes me a whole weekend to process it, especially when we keep playing like either last or next to last. So yeah, a little bit nervous for today. It's always the case though for me with Arsenal. I've predicted 2-1 to Arsenal, and if we do that, and I'll shut up on this, if we do that, we haven't won the league, but it's ours to lose.
Okay, that was great. It is us to lose, man. Listen, I want to talk about the game before this one, before we get into the Chelsea game, the Bayern Munich game. Do you know what I'm saying? Big game. I don't know. In my opinion, I wouldn't have played all the players, but I understand sending a statement. And I want to ask every one of you, and big up to the chat as well. We got Jamboy, we got Jalil, we got Wahaha, we got the whole team. Yes, son, big up, man. Big up Footy Chats, big up Roland. You know what I'm saying? He's saying Trossard is not in the Arsenal squad to face Chelsea. Big up to you. Jalil saying Gyökeres and Gabriel Jesus arrived with the Arsenal squad at Chelsea, so he will be there. So Jez, Trossard is not in the team.
All right.
We're gonna have to. I think he's gonna play Madueke, but that's a conversation for later. Glock 14 is about. Hopefully, he can get some minutes today. Would you guys want to see him start or come off the bench? We'll just start out. We'll talk about it after. But what a game! What a game, bro! What a game against Big Bayern Munich. We sent a statement. You know what I'm saying? We sent a statement. I think it was a bit risky from us because, in my opinion, we had 12 points. We could have played safe. I would rather look at the long. You know what I'm saying? The long run. I would rather look at the long run because it's not. People need to understand. It is not 20 or 30 games. It's going to be 50 games. If you go to the semi-final in the Carabao Cup and if you go to the semi-final in the Champions League, it's going to be a lot of games. So I would look at the long run. But I understand if anyone wanted to send a statement. I know it's come Bayern Munich been beating us in the Champions League. They've been beating us in the Champions League. I mean the 10-2 we never forgot about. You know what I'm saying? It was, by the way, Granit Xhaka was in that midfield. Is anybody surprised? Oh my days, man. Since Granit Xhaka got into this midfield, I just had to give him a little jab. You know what I'm saying? I hate Granit Xhaka. Since he came to the Arsenal, we never played the Champions League until his last season where he changed a position. But it's always personal with Bayern. Do you know what I'm saying? It's always personal with Bayern. BBK, tell me, would you rather seen rotation, or do you agree with Arteta going out there and put in maybe nine players of his starting lineup? 9 players?
No, I actually think he got the squad spot on. I don't think he is the type of guy that's going to rotate against the best attack in Europe. Like Bayern Munich was scoring goals for fun, and the Monday morning quarterback or results-based analysis. Now he has further set himself up with one more point or one more win than he can.
Does it worry you, BBK? Not to cut you off, but does it worry you because you're playing this team? You're playing 11 players every game. I don't know what the talk about is. Squad depth, but you're playing the same players every week.
Now the game to do that was Slavia Prague, not Bayern. If we did that against Bayern Munich and they pump us, because that team is littered with quality, and I think he got the defense spot on. I've never seen the Harry Kane that quiet in a long time. I've seen him come to the Emirates with worse Spurs sides and put
Sorry,
in.
just to cut across you, the teams are in just too quickly. Raya, Timber, Mosquera, Hincapié. Wow, no Saliba.
Wow. There's your rotation. He's
not on the bench. He's not on the bench. He's obviously injured.
He's injured. Thank you. That's what I was gonna. Yeah. Go on, Shane.
Zubimendi, Rice, Eze, Saka, Martinelli, Marino. Odegaard's on the bench. Jesus, Gyökeres on the bench. Madueke on the bench. Norgard, White, Lewis Skelly on the bench. Chelsea, Palmer's on the bench, and they've gone with what I said they would. They've gone. Looks to me like Neto out left, Esteban out right, João Pedro up front. James Caicedo and Enzo, so a very tight midfield. But I thought they'd go with Neto out the left to get in the early crosses, not bother try. He'll take Timber on the outside. He could give him trouble. But yeah, Saliba must be injured, people.
Is Trossard not in the squad? Did you say, Shane?
No, Trossard's not in the squad, and Saliba's not in the squad.
Okay.
Usually, just like Ben White last season, 1 week you'd see him, the next week you wouldn't. That's injury. That's not rotation. Because
that's injury because he's not on the bench. He's not on the bench.
Exactly. And I'll say that because that's why everyone was getting today. We might not even see Gyökeres or Gabriel Jesus. We might, but we might not, because that's what he does. He'll make you travel even if you are injured. He likes to do mind games where no one else is playing. Do you know what I mean? Like no one else.
Jesus and Gyökeres are on the bench now.
We'll
right.
see if they come on.
Havertz on the bench?
No.
So who?
Havertz on the bench? No.
The bench is Kepa, Lewis Skelly, White, Odegaard, Norgard, Wanyeri, Madueke, Gyökeres, Jesus.
Ooh. I mean, that's the front line I thought he would go with. Martinelli I don't think he would have started Trossard anyway for the pace against Reece James. I think he would have went with Martinelli down there.
Reece James won't be right back now. Reece James will be in midfield.
Yeah, I actually like that.
Gusto.
You actually like that?
Yeah. I don't think he's good there.
Don't you think it's
Reece
a problem?
James.
I don't think it's a problem. Reece James.
I don't think Reece James is a CM. I think he is fantastic at right back. I don't think he's a good CM.
He's all right.
I
with
like
that
when
bit
people say
field, though, with the
Saliba
other
has
two.
a knock. Saliba's been injured. Saliba's been injured
Yeah.
so many times this season,
Either
and he
he had
played
a
him
knock
again
or a
and
baby.
again and again.
Yeah, that's what
He's
he
got a
says. A
knock.
knock. It's not. He hasn't been fit since he got rushed back against Newcastle.
And this is
He
the
was
problem.
injured for the Newcastle game, and he brought him on at half time. He's
This
been
is the
struggling ever
problem.
since.
This is the problem. This is what we keep calling out. Just like what Rashid was saying with the
No
with the-
excuses, though, Jam Boy. No,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want any excuses.
no
Ever.
excuses with the same, the same. Oh no, the same flogging of the players. It's been going on for ages. The same 10 to 15 players that are always going to have a part. Maybe 5 of them are injured, but he's going to play as many in there as he can. And I wouldn't be surprised.
Timber's close as well, Views. This is what we've asked for. This is why you rotate against Slavia Prague. Again, this isn't because of you can say a knock in training, but if he's fully fit, the knock won't do him as much damage. This is the point I'm saying. He might have got a knock on the injury he already had. I mean, this is what annoys me is that people say, "Oh yeah, I thought you were getting positive." Yeah, listen, fuck this shit, man. If we go and win with this, that's great. That's why having a squad is great. But again, these injuries, we said it time and time again this summer that we will spend more time in press conferences asking who's back, who's out this time, who's on the way back. Oh, this guy's, that guy's, this guy's. And look, Martinelli's coming back from injury. Rice is on the verge. Calafiori's always bleeding injured. He still hasn't had a rest. Why is he? You know what I mean? Look, if anyone drops, I don't want to ever hear any. And I said it when Calafiori played the other week. I never ever want to hear injuries being used as an excuse ever under this manager.
Yeah, you don't have the right to. You don't have the right to. We can go right now, by the way, and save Saliba about 200 minutes. You know what I'm saying? We could save him easy 3 games, 4 games. We can just save him 3 games, 4 games, like Views did the other day. Do you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. That was something I was talking about. That's why I really didn't want to see him. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the Bayern game was the reason why, but it was a good. In my opinion, we had 12 points. They had 12 points. I mean, I saw it as an opportunity for us to kind of like rotate. But Shane, what's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts? Do you agree with me on the rotation thing, or do you like that we went full?
No, you know my stance on it. You know my stance on it. I had picked out with Views. I said 4 to 5 that I think we could have switched and not really damaged the team. But after the match, it gave me such a buzz that I kind of agreed with what he had done. But again, Rice played the whole match. You know what I mean? Get him off. There's things like this that happen. Calafiori rushed him back for the previous game against Tottenham, kept him on until the 90th minute. We've been through the rotation thing. There's know where I stand with it. I want to get a happy medium between where we are and Maresca. I don't want to do as much as Maresca. He changes too many, but I want to get the Pep rotation. And this is the thing that we said. If he had rotated away to Burnley, Chelsea went away to Burnley and got the same score that we got, 2-0, right? They rested Delap. They rested João Pedro. They rested Garnacho. They rested Estevao. They got the same result. We had Gyökeres walk off the pitch injured, hasn't played since because we ran him into the ground. They got the same result. If you cannot rest against them, if you can't rest at home to Forest, at home to Leeds, if you can't rest against Slavia Prague, who haven't won in 18 years, this is where it happens. People will say, oh, look, he didn't get injured in that game, though. He got a knock. Well, look, I always say this, it's a byproduct of running him into the ground. These are fatigue injuries. He'll say knock because he won't say fatigue injury. We'll know more later. But as I said, if you have a tired body, every knock wrecks you. It's like Odegaard getting rushed back for a shoulder injury. Falls on his shoulder again, he's out again. If he had a fully healed, that fall wasn't that bad. The second fall was not that bad. He got injured on the second fall because he still had a wrecked shoulder. He hurts his knee. Play on, sits down. Arteta talks to him, pushes him back on, plays on again, then sits down. You're adding on weeks every time. Every time it happens, you're adding on weeks. So Saliba, he has to be severely injured for this manager not to play him away to Chelsea. Right? And I don't mean severely injured as in out for months. I mean, it's enough. If it's enough to keep this manager from not playing him, then it's more than a knock. Trust me on that. He would not rest a player with a knock away to Chelsea. There's not a chance that he would, right? So it's more than a knock. But look, we still should have enough to beat them. Has my opinion gone down? Yes, we're playing 2 centre-backs who have played 80 minutes together against Brighton in the Cup. their whole time together. So it can't be that easy. If we get through it with this, brilliant. You know what I mean? But if not, no excuses. This is the manager's fault. If this doesn't work, it's the manager's fault. Flogging players.
Breaking news, of course. Ishak has scored. I repeat,
Yay!
Ishak has scored. BX Gunner saying, what if it's a precaution? What if it's a precaution?
There's no way that he, like I just said, he will not rest a player like Saliba ever. If he won't rest him against Slavia Prague, and he played him a full match against Port Vale as well, didn't he? So I mean, come on, man. Let's get it right.
No, Olympiacos as well. So that's 3 teams you could have rotated and you chose not to. Yeah. That's what he does. So this ain't a.
He played him against Liverpool views when he was helped off the pitch in the warm up. He's not going to take a precaution against Chelsea. Any other manager, I'd say maybe, but no.
Oh man, BX man, you're joking. I know. You must be, bro. But Jezza, I mean, you heard my initial question. I want to know what's your thoughts about the game, and do you agree with Arteta going full power against Bayern Munich?
Yeah, absolutely. We had to. They're our nemesis in European football competition, and we had to take them to the cleaners. Whether that's cost us today, who knows? But talking about rotation, Saka's playing every game again.
Yep.
He's not getting rotated. He's not getting rested. So Rice doesn't get rotated, doesn't get rested. You know, so it's an odd one. It's an odd one, this, because right, if Saliba's picked up a knock again, I agree. He's not. He wasn't fully fit anyway. Shane said, you know, he injured him. He got a knock in warm up at Liverpool, and he played him.
Yeah.
Where's the sense in that? But am I happy with that team? Well, yeah, it's a pretty damn good setup. The only one that worries me in there is Zupimendi. At times, I think he disappears too much. I'm just trying to look at what Kawaji put up there. So Odegaard's not in the squad.
Oh, he's on the bench. He's on the bench.
He's on the bench. See, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've got the players we can come in the second half. If Arteta does what he did against Bayern Munich, then I'll say he's done the right substitutions. But we'll wait and see today, because Mosquera, Hincapié, I quite like him. Calafiori's played well. Rice, where we know what he can do. Saka will obviously be captain. Eze is in the right position. Martinelli and Marino, well, they got to turn up today and knock in a couple of goals quick and early. The thing with this game to me, we've got to go full Monty straight from the off and not sit back, because if we sit back at the bridge and let them come to us, we could be in trouble. So it's going to be an interesting game. Chelsea and Arsenal's always been historical games. So I'm very, very, very much looking forward to this game. And I'm still confident we'll beat them 2-0.
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go. Views. I don't know about what's your view? What is your view about the rotation and the rotation, and what was your thoughts on the Bayern Munich game?
I was advocating for rotation in that game, not wholesale changes, but the famous 5. You know, if any of them are fitted to play, then I didn't think they should have started. They should have came on, or if they did start, we need to win that game in 20-30 minutes, and then literally by half time we're yanking people off. That's the only way I can see it happening. That kind of saves their legs. When you start players that have come back after an injury, you're basically they have to play 45 minutes. If you take them off in the first half, unless it's an injury, you're killing their confidence. That's why Miles Lewis-Skelly never got yanked until the 50-60 minutes or whatever it was, right? So there's that as well. And it's annoying to even be in those positions where I'm asking for changes against Bayern Munich, just like Jess is saying. They were due a kicking from us. It's not like I want to be saying that. It's not like I don't want to win in the Champions League, but because I'm not seeing competency against Olympiacos, against Port Vale, against Slavia Prague. You know what I mean? Even certain games. Who is it? Crystal Palace. Who is it? Who is it that we beat 1-0?
Palace.
It was Palace.
Palace and Fulham.
Eze coming off, and everyone's blowing out the arse. Like, this is what we've been talking about, right? So, and he's very lucky. Like, Trossard's just got himself injured, and I big up to Danny Rats. He's put in there knocking training. Well, how many flipping times has that happened? What's going on for our training? That's what I'm trying to say. Everything we need the outside body, a whole independent investigation, right? I'm not even joking, because all the fitness team going to be saying, no, Mikel, you've got to play them. We're telling you they're fit enough. Or is it the other way around?
Should we hire investigators? Should we raise a GoFundMe? GoFundMe page, hire investigators.
I'm not joking, bro. I'm not even joking. I'm as deadly as my cancer, bro. I'm not joking, bro, because this has been going on for a long time. Fostering injured players, buying players with broken backs, buying players with shitty flipping, and then we try and buy the players that are meant to be good and available, i.e. the Norgards of this world, the Morenos, and you're getting broken straight away. Training, like, what's going on in training? Have you not got enough nous to say, well, this guy's in the red, maybe he can train on his own, or we're gonna have it, we'll do shooting drills or passing drills, not where you're physically. How do you pick up a knock in training, bro? I mean, what type of training are we doing here? But this is what and I'll shut up now, but this is what we've been calling all year. So when we're asking for competency, this is what we mean. Yeah. So now we shouldn't be in a position where we're asking for rotation against Bayern Munich, because you had 3 opportunities to do it and you chose not to. And I'll shut up on this. You had other opportunities to rest players earlier and you choose not to do that either. You're acting like they're all the bionic men. They're not. So that's how I feel about it, man. It was a great performance against Bayern Munich. I hate even having to ask for rotation, but because this clown never did it at the games that he should have done it, that's the position that we're in.
Unprecedented circumstances, people. If we lose today, it's because we didn't have our 2 defenders. You know what I'm saying? So there's already an excuse there. And if we miss these 2 defenders, these 2 centre backs, our starters, by the way. I mean, it's bad enough losing 1. You lose both of them for stupid reasons. We could save you right now so many games that you did not need Saliba and Gabriel to win the game. You didn't. Well, here we are, though. Here we are. Let's get into the game against Chelsea, man. It's gonna be crazy. Bab's getting, it's the intensity of the training. Arteta needs to chill in recent times. But you're right. Since Wenger days, we've been crooked. Facts. I mean, Havertz, how did Havertz get injured? Do you remember how Havertz got injured? Was it a corner? Was it a corner how Havertz got injured in training?
Yeah, but that was in warm weather training. It wasn't on the pitch. It wasn't on our pitch. That was over in Dubai, man. And it was intense training. They let it slip when they were talking about it. They said intense training. That was when we went out of the cups to go have a little break in the warm weather, and it was intensive training, and he snapped his hamstring.
Intensive training, I like that.
Now, and by the way, just to touch on something View said, I did look it up before. I was looking for it there. I do have it saved somewhere, but I'm paraphrasing. But the final decision, I got it off I can't remember what website it was, but people, all these top gooners say, oh, it's the medical team, it's the fitness coaches, it's this and that. The final decision comes from the manager, whether a player plays or not. The fitness coaches, all these guys can only give him what they think. Look, I think he's in the red. I think this guy isn't. He gets the final decision. He just has to take their advice on board and make the final decision. So all of this deflecting the blame of when we play injured players and stuff like that, it's all on this guy,
man. They're blaming the doctors now.
They've been doing that for time, saying we need to sack the fitness coaches. They keep what's going on with our medical team, what's going on with they're not making them play these guys, man. They are not making them play these guys.
Listen, man, the doctors advise you and then you take the decision. So why are we blaming the doctors? All they do is advise you. That's what they do. But anyway, let's get into this game, this Chelsea game. Listen, man, we've got Gusto Fofana, Chalobah. I feel like their centre-backs aren't that great. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie. I don't really rate Chelsea's centre-backs. And not that I don't rate Fofana. I think Fofana fell off. Since that injury, he kind of like fell off. But I don't know, maybe. You got Cucurella. Cucurella is always a problem against Saka, isn't it? Like Saka always has a big problem against Cucurella.
He's one of the best left backs in the world on current form, Cucurella. Let's get it right.
Cucurella? Is he one of the best
left backs on current form?
I don't like him, Shane. I don't like him personally.
He's a rat.
Personally, and I understand why he's probably one of the best left backs. You know what I'm saying?
I can't stand him. I can't stand him. He's one of those players. If you have him, you love him. But any place for anybody else, you hate him because he's a scumbag. He's a very good left back. I think Fofana's fantastic. If he's starting to find the form when they signed him, what they were signing. We have to remember that when he came through Clairefontaine with Saliba, he was the one that they were talking about ahead of Saliba. He's a baller. Like, he just needs to get his form together.
Shane, they told us not to cut you off. They told us that Saliba was not ready to play in the Premier League, but Fofana was, apparently. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Do you remember that one? And then we didn't play Saliba because of holding. Oh my days. Big up Aaron as well. Big up Aaron. What are you saying, Aaron, bro? We'll ask you last and then we'll move on to the Chelsea game. What's your little thoughts about the Bayern Munich game, and did you think there should have been heavy rotation?
Yeah, I think I'd sort of said about mini rotation for the Bayern game, because I thought when I said that before the Spurs game, I always thought that the Bayern game had less importance than the significance of the points available of Spurs and Chelsea. And I'll stand by that. And he done his rotation more in form of accurate substitutions at the right time for the first time in 6 years of asking. I actually got praise Mikel on that. You can't ask for something and not praise it, I suppose, when you get it eventually. That's the only real sort of thing. It's taken him ages to finally realise it. But if his substitutions can be that sort of like that going forward, Arsenal Football Club, not Mikel Arteta, Arsenal Football Club will have a better chance at success because they were accurate and correct substitutions. I mean, the guys that came on, 2 goals and 1 assist from all 3 different players. That included probably nothing that this panel wouldn't have predicted at any stage in the month, in the week, in the day, and twice on Sunday, that he substituted off Saka at 1-1. So, I mean, fair dues to that. But look, overall, the Bayern Munich game was very impressive. I think it was sort of a bit of cat and mouse for the first half, a bit of finding out each other, and probably reflected so in the score. And then in the second half, it was just one-way traffic, wasn't it? We really thought, right, okay, they're definitely here for the taking. If one team, it could have been any of the teams, by the way. If one of the teams stepped up in that second half, they'd have won it. And Arsenal chose to do that, thankfully. So yeah, look, man, it was a very impressive game midweek. Off the back of a very impressive game on the Sunday, and that was in Spurs. And obviously, it's the sort of final test of the 8 days or the week to see what we can do today. I've just been told that Saliba's injured, so I'd presume that was a centre back pairing then of Mosquera and Nkapie. I haven't seen the starting lineup yet, so I'm going to presume that's so. So look, it's going to be a tricky game. Who sort of knows, but I expect Arsenal to still win, even though we've only sort of seen a small bite size, and that was in the Carabao Cup of Mosquera and Nkapie together, and they had, to be fair, somewhat of a little bit of a shaky start in that game against Brighton, if I can remember so. But they grew into the game, most importantly. They didn't concede one of the chances, although they could have. Probably more luck than anything. I expect them to have a good performance individually. They've sat next to one of Saliba or Gabriel. They've been both very, very, very good this season. More Mosquera, because we've seen him more. So I still expect them to, have a good game. But it's obviously not nice to see when both of your blockbuster defenders are out. But look, by hook or by crook, find a way. Maybe it's not going to be one of them 3-1s. Maybe it's not going to be a 4-1 or the most comfortable 2-0 you've ever seen in your life. None of us know how it's going to work out. But just get them 3 points today. That's what it's all about. We're 2 out of 2 for smashing teams to bits at the Emirates. Now end that sort of 8-game week with even if it is to be a stinky, ugly, horrendous own goal 1-0 win, a penalty 1-0 win. I
Win.
can do with every little inch of my body, I
Mm.
could not give a shit
Give a shit.
we get that win, just
Right.
as long as we get that win. And I'll shut. Big up to the panel, big up to the chat.
Big
Big
up.
up.
Yeah, well done, well said. Well said. Views. I know you're on short time, so
Yes.
we'll start with you. As we were saying, Chelsea. I can't lie. I've grew to hate Chelsea year after year. The more they win, the more I hate them. Yes, it's personal. The more they win, it's crazy how Chelsea, these last 20 years, even at their lowest, they still managed to find a way and win something. It just, I don't know. I'm jealous. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm jealous of Chelsea. I'm jealous of Liverpool. I am. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I mean, how did they win that Club World Cup? How?
And
How
they got
did they
bad
win that?
Well, they got money for that as well, like over
You know what I'm
100
saying?
million. Crazy.
I mean,
Crazy.
views. Do you share the hate? Do you share the idea of the?
Of course. Of course, Jez
And
always
what's
says
the- what's the game?
we know because we're old school, they're the noisy neighbor. We know that. But, in terms of football and, like we're not the same clubs. They're just a noisy neighbor. We always put them in their place. And whenever we play them, we always go to kill them. But Chelsea, on the other hand, yeah, I hate them more than Spurs. I hate them more than United. And United was my rival growing up, because their fans, it's their fans more than anything. But it's like City and Chelsea were the only two teams that actually got to express themselves with money. Then they got the safeguards in, and no one else can have spending like that. Really, I know it's loosening up a little bit now, but yeah, I listen. By hook or by crook, like you said, own goal. I don't care what happens. Dodgy decision. I'm only looking for 3 points today, not a draw. 3 points today. And like I said, it don't mean that we're winning the title, but I will say that it's now in our hands and it's ours to mess up. Cole Palmer's back. I don't know if that's gonna help them. We've been talking about our players coming back, so he might get crocked again today. We just never know. We just never know. But yeah, I'm just gonna mirror what Aaron says. My prediction was 2-1 before anything. I'll just stick with it, but I'm not as confident now that we ain't even got Saliba, but we'll see. And it's a good test for Mosquera and Hincapié. But yeah, I was saying 2-1, but we just need to win it by hook or by crook, man. Any means necessary, just win.
I hear that 100%. Big up to you, views, and make sure you like and subscribe to views. Shane, Mosquera Hincapié, does it worry you?
Not as much as it would have if it had been Kivior and one of them, you know what I mean? So yeah, you have to look at it that way.
Yeah.
But Kivior had a good game against Real Madrid.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. So all the other 3 years of absolute jargon bollocks is forgiven. And no, look, the way it is for me is I'm angry because Saliba is injured. Regardless of any type of injury we get now, I'm instantly going to blame the manager. I might be wrong on some of them, but we'll always know. I'll go, listen, it's down to players being overplayed. A knock in training, we said it earlier. If it's a knock in training and it's just a knock, Saliba plays, right? If he's going to play him, like we said, when he limped off again in the pre-match warm-up against Liverpool, helped off by 2 physios, and he's starting against Chelsea, away to Chelsea in this important weekend if he can walk. So whether it's a knock, whether it's he's covering for himself, for a knock to keep a player out with this manager, especially with Gabriel out as well, right? Let's remember that it has to either be more than a knock or else it's a knock on his previous injury that hadn't fully healed, because there's no other way that this guy. Someone said BX Gunner said maybe it's a precaution. This manager and the word precaution do not go in the same sentence. Never have, never will. He doesn't work that way. Does it worry me? Yeah, it's bound to. They played 80 minutes together. Hincapié looked gassed out against when he came off against Spurs. Mosquera looks fine. He was good. But I mean, is he the calming head at the centre back? Because Hincapié is a bit of a loose cannon. You know what I mean? So is 22-year-old, I think Mosquera, is he the calming figure at centre back? It does worry me with their pace. I knew that they would go Neto out the left just to get down, overlap down the left, they'll overload down the left. They'll try and get at Timber, whip the ball in early. João Pedro will be in there. They've crowded the midfield. It could get a bit stagnant in there because they've gone with sort of 3 6/8s. They haven't really gone with a 10 unless they're just going to push Enzo a bit more forward. But yeah, it could get a bit congested in there. But I worry because Chelsea are rapid in attack. They're rapid in attack. We keep going on about Bayern. They slapped up Barcelona, man. You know what I mean? Like that's getting overlooked, I think, because of our Bayern result. And they dominated for longer than we did. They absolutely tore them to shreds in that game. So we play a high line, we're going to get cut open. They've gone with pace again, like they did against Barcelona. And Estevao could give Calafiori a long L afternoon because those young players like that, they play with no fear.
Of that battle, Shane? The Estevao,
I think Estevao could cause us trouble today. I really do. With Gusto overlapping, that's why Martinelli's playing to track back, which I don't like because this is what we did against Liverpool and City. We played a team to suit defending against them instead of picking a team that they have to change their tactics to defend against us. And that worries me. But look, we'll see what happens. I'll never be convinced about Merino up front. Martinelli, is he as good at starting? We shall see. I'm glad Trossard didn't get risked because I just think we have the squad now not to be risking these guys. I know that Jez is with form and stuff like that, but I can't be saying every week on my show, why does he keep risking these players and then sort of want them to play someone that went off injured? It would go against it. I just think there's no need to risk it. You know, we can get someone in. Granted, the fact that he's not on the bench, but yeah, Gyökeres, Jesus on the bench. We'll see what happens. But yeah, the centre-back partnership, it has to worry me. It has to worry me. They've only had 80 minutes together. So yeah, it has to worry me. But look, I'm still confident enough that we'll go into it. But now I was saying that if we draw, I'd take a draw and I won't blame it on the manager. Now that Saliba's injured and it's because of this guy's training, then if we draw, I will get mad at the manager because it's down to him. Everything goes back to him. But yeah, no, look, I'm confident enough still, but yeah, I'm not as confident as I was. Saliba's one of the best defenders in the world. Of course, you're going to miss.
Shane, can I just jump in as well on something you're saying about the Calafiori thing? I agree with you. Someone like an Estevao could cause problems. I think it could cause most defenders problems, but certainly Calafiori. Do you think Arteta? Because I was sitting there and thinking about this. Look, Timber's been unbelievable at right back, absolutely unbelievable. But do you reckon the lack of minutes that he's allowed Benjamin White to have has sort of stopped him from being able to put Benjamin White right and then Timber at left-hand side? Because we know that Timber is such an excellent man-to-man defender, it almost nullify the vast majority of defenders. Almost like what he done last year against the Mo Salah. Just almost nullified him, and you've got two very good sort of defensive defenders there anyway. Do you reckon he's sort of, because of Ben White not being played at all, he's stopped that, or would you not bother doing that anyway because it takes Timber away from right back, even though you'd have thought Ben White could have been
I wanted them to do that against PSG last year to stop Dembele. I said put Timber at left back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that's
Ben White ain't got the minutes in his legs, is he?
Yeah,
but I think that's he's really stopped having that, hasn't he? You know what I mean? Like if you saw a fit Ben White in a Timber, I almost sort of think, well, sure, you appreciate the Estevao danger. You sort of go, yeah, but Timber's there, you know, it'd be all right.
Yeah. Well, just with Calafiori getting forward the way he does, you look at what happened. Bayern exploited the left back position a couple of times. I think most teams that's where they aim for, just because of the way they go wandering. But I will say recently, Calafiori has been overlapping more, which I love. That has definitely coincided with Trossard's rise in form and Martinelli's, I might add, that we're actually having a fullback that overlaps ever so often. But I do have to leg it. Sorry, I have to leg it.
I know.
Talk to you later, guys.
Jezza,
Big up, Shane.
can you tell us a little bit about the rivalry? Do you know what I'm saying? And then what do you think of the game? So it's kind of like two questions at the same time. What do you think of this Chelsea that we're going to face? We've got James, Enzo, and Caicedo in the midfield. That's the very stacked midfield. What do you think? How do you think this physical game is going to pan out?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of history, isn't there, between Arsenal and Chelsea? You know, we won the league twice, beating them back to back, back in the day. So I've got to ask Aaron this question: why are you not at the bridge, mate? What are you doing?
I haven't got sadly, Jez. I would be. I haven't. I know. I haven't got enough away points for this. because even though I've had my season ticket, I think like 7 something like that ish years. You have to obviously earn your credits, and I haven't earned them well enough. I think because it's London, isn't it? You'll know better than everyone. Everyone goes to that game. You know, the only tickets I get available are Newcastle away and things like that. You know, where you've really got to put the miles in. But do you know what, Jez? I really wish I was there. I really do, my friend.
No,
but do you know what?
It's too
Sharing a panel with yourself, BBK, and Rashid, and you know, it's almost as good. Almost as good.
Almost.
Yeah, big up, man.
I mean, it is going to Stamford Bridge historically was always a bit of a shady day out. I won't lie, back in the bad days, but nowadays we don't get none of that, thank goodness. And getting back to what you were saying on this midfield, James Caicedo and all that lot. It's going to pose us problems. There's no doubt about that. But we've got a pretty good. Zupimendi, to me, could be the weak link in there, purely and simply of his physicality. He's a good player. Still hasn't shone like I thought he might. Yes, he's had a few good games, but to be a great or a very, very good midfielder, you've got to be consistent. And to me, he's not consistent enough. I'm happy with Rice and, of course, Eze. If Eze steps like he did against Tottenham, then he'll have a great day out. I'm still confident. I'm still predicting the 2-0 to the Arsenal. But to be honest with you, Shano, Aaron, I don't blame you not being at Chelsea today. It's too fucking cold, man. Seriously.
You know what I mean? I've still got my shorts on and now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I love them.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be, it's North London versus South London. There are always big occasions. One team always steps up. And let's be honest, we got a good record down there.
Yeah.
So, in recent years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm still confident, guys. I'm still confident. I'm still going 2-0 Arsenal. And it's going to be an interesting way. Look, this is all going to come down to the tactics today. Yeah. If Mikel lets the players play with freedom and choice, like he did against Spurs and Bayern, then I think we'll give Chelsea a very, very difficult game today. If Mikel throws the anchors out again and we play what I call boring football, then we could be in big trouble. We cannot afford to let them dictate the game in midfield, because then we're in deep shit. And we know what they can do. But if Mikel gets it right and lets them play, does the substitutions as well, guys, tactically at the right time. The bench isn't that bad. We got the players there, right? So this is all going to be down to mindset today and tactics. And let's be honest, we're going into this game full of confidence. We've just beaten our, the noisy neighbours, and we've beaten Bayern Munich. So this team should be pumped. Should be absolutely pumped, saying, yeah, we're going to do this today. We're going to take the trophy, North against South London. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the game, guys.
Yeah. Rashid Taran, as well, more so to Taran, apologies. Can I just jump in very quickly? Because I know you've been waiting there patiently. I do apologise, my friend. While it's in my head, it's got to come out. Okay. Sorry about that. Just saying something about Zubimendi, and I agree, yeah, he could possibly be the weak link. I see an interview with him. It was in Spanish, so I frustratingly had to read it both sides. And do you know, it was funny, right? They was talking about him settling into life into Arsenal, and quite a heavy part of it. And fair dues to this Spanish interviewer as well, by the way. She said to him, she was like, what's the difference between the pace of the game in England and how you've settled into it? And he answered quite surprisingly, quite surprisingly honest. He basically said, like, look, there's so much speed in here. You've got no time to settle on the pass. Before you know it, you're being clattered into. Basically saying, he hasn't quite got the time that he's used to to offload the ball or look and see what he's going to do as he did La Liga. And whilst I'm sort of quite happy that he found sort of a bit of peace of mind to acknowledge that, I couldn't help but sit there and think for most of that interview. I was like, that's cool. I'm glad that you can appreciate and you've got a sense of that, Zubimendi. But you're still about 0.5 of a second behind minimum. You've still got to brush that up. And that's what I think maybe one of the reasons why sort of Jez says about the weak link. And if it is, I totally agree on that. And I just sort of sit there and think, if there's going to be a mistake from that midfield three, it's probably not coming from Rice. No. A dangerous one that leads to a goal probably isn't coming from from an Eze. If one of the two is going to be caught out to lead to a dangerous attempt, it probably is going to be Zubimendi. So, and I just sort of feel that is because, you know, he takes a little bit too much time. That split second in the Premier League is the massive difference between getting your ball and spreading it over to your right-hand side or the left-hand side, or making a quick decision and passing it back, or having the ball nicked and it's 3-on-1 and you get the cut back and then it's 1-0 to Chelsea, you know? So I do agree with Jez. I think we need to sort of see almost like a coming-of-age performance from Zubimendi to stamp his authority in this Arsenal team and midfield, almost like what an Eze did against North London. Being a bit patchy, here I am. I'm not saying score a hat-trick, although that would be great. But I'm just saying, do your bits. Become that neat little midfielder. You know, spray the ball on. Don't give the ball away. Be that guy that you are for Spain, for Arsenal, because at the minute, it just hasn't happened yet. And double apologies to Taron. I know you've been waiting patiently. I just had to get it out.
No, 100%. Big up PFC, by the way. Yeah, put me up front. And watch how many points I get for Arsenal. Put me up front.
Mope in the house, isn't it? He scores goals, mate.
He always takes the piss and he's like, put Rashid number 9. Put Rashid number 9 and watch. Big up to you, bro. Oh, second goal by Gakpo, by the way. Liverpool are winning 2-0.
As expected.
He should have scored. Bowen had a chance to make it
1-0. He did. Yeah, he whipped it. Yeah.
There's a conspiracy theory going around that the Liverpool players want Slot out. Did you see Van Dijk's handball and some plays that are happening on the pitch? Some people are saying that the players want Slot out. I mean, Taron. Obviously, before you tell us about it, we talk about the Chelsea game. Do you believe in that? Like, what do you think of that conspiracy theory? Have you heard about it?
Nah, he won them man their Premier League.
He had. Oh, come on, Van Dijk. Van Dijk is an experienced, and I rate Van Dijk so highly. Experienced defender, one of the best in the world. Come on, you can't be doing that.
No, Van Dijk forgot for a second that wasn't a Premier League game. In the Premier League game, he gets away with this shit because the refs kind of like give Liverpool favorable calls. In Europe, the officials don't give a damn. Like, he forgot for a second. Oh, I'm at Anfield. And nah, bro. In Europe, those get given. You know, that was just a brain fart from him. But on the Chelsea thing, bro, I'd be annoyed if we draw this game. Chelsea fans they'd be all right with a draw. That shows the levels. The fake chess that they're showing that they're going to do this and they're going to blame us, it's all fake chess, bro. It's not real. I think they'll take a draw right now. I'd be pissed off with a draw. That shows the level, right? If I told you that you hadn't lost somewhere in 7 years, which is a factual state, we haven't lost at Stamford Bridge into 2018, bro.
Which is crazy, right?
Yeah, because like they're not that, brother. I don't want to hear shit about their performance against Barcelona, bro. Barcelona can't defend. That Hansi Flick is the German Ange, the way he chooses to defend, bro. Like, Club Brugge put 3 past these men. They've conceded more goals than Paphos in the Champions League, bro. Paphos. Can anyone name me a player that plays for fucking Paphos FC? They've conceded more goals than Benfica, who are 30th in the Champions League. Barcelona concede goals, bro. So they scored 2 goals against a 10-man Barcelona, and all of a sudden it's chess. You didn't hear any of this chess when they drew the fucking carry back.
Yeah.
This chess when Sunderland went there and punched them up. You didn't hear any of this chess when Brighton went there and beat them. Right? We haven't lost there in 7 years for a reason. We haven't lost to them in no competition since 2021 when Pablo Mari was playing defense for us.
Crazy.
They would take a draw right now. They would shake our hands and take a draw. I'd be pissed off with a draw right now. I want to put on their necks.
But don't you think it's levels to it?
Taron.
I mean, Taron, innit?
Come on, Taron.
Don't you think it's levels to it? We're in the 7th year of the process.
Brother, these men wear sunglasses and championship belts on stream. They're the world champions of the world, and they spend $2 billion. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? They're the big bad manager. If Arsenal spent $2 billion, we wouldn't be meant to say. No one would have to ask us, "Are you in a title race?" We would have been told, "You're in a title race. You're in a title race," but they won't say it. You know what I'm saying? There is no level. If it's their levels, bro, they would be saying it's title or bust this year. I haven't heard any Chelsea fan or content creator say it's title or bust this year for them. So where's the levels? There is no levels. This is 90 minutes of football. Your performance against PSG in these United States will not help you today. If Arteta let these men go out there and just play football, we beat them because I think we're better. And if only there's a metric to measure who is better, called the fucking Premier League table.
I mean,
we are where we are and they are where they are. I expect us to beat Chelsea.
You could set up a stream and go player for player, right? And actually talk about it and have a conversation. Are you talking about player for player, or are you talking about players in form at the moment? Which one is it?
Either one.
Either one?
I think both our center backs that are starting today get into their team.
Correct.
Our two backup center backs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right. So there's no excuse there. You know what I'm saying?
Timber goes in.
Yeah, if we say we have the best, best squad in the league, the best defense in the league.
Caicedo or Rice?
I'd play both.
So you'd play both. Okay. So in the number 10, Eze or Cole Palmer? Probably say
Eze.
Eze's better than Palmer.
He's not better, but Eze. Palmer hasn't played a ball in 6 months, bro. Or in like 2-3 months.
Fair enough. On the right, let's say Estevao or Saka.
Saka.
Okay. Left. Pedro Neto or maybe Neto.
Pedro Neto.
Up front, Gyökeres. Could we go Gyökeres?
Yep. Yeah, I go with Gyökeres.
Pedro.
Yep.
You're saying Gyökeres will make it, I think.
Yeah, I'm going with Gyökeres.
Okay. Fair enough. No, it makes sense. But hopefully we do win. Hopefully. Aaron. I mean, I know you got to shoot in like 5 minutes or something like that. Get ready for the game and then whatnot. Any last words about this game and how are you feeling going up against this team? Again, copy and paste to you. We're talking about Enzo, Caicedo, James. The reason why I asked that question again is because for me, it's a big issue. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
What's that? What's the big issue? Sorry, my message just come in. I was being sidetracked. The midfield battle. Look, man. I think there's always going to be that comparisons when there's two sort of blockbuster midfielders. You're always going to try and get them rivalries. Them matchups. The media love it. The Sky Sports, everyone like that. They all love it. They had a feast over Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira for the best part of a decade. For me, as a defensive six, I mean, it's going to be Caicedo. But if you want that well-rounded, polished, experienced midfielder, then which I would choose, by the way, not just because he happens to play for my team, but because I believe that for a team going for the title over 38 games, I think almost every team in the world would want Declan Rice over Caicedo. That's not a knock at Caicedo whatsoever. I just think if you want that well-rounded, polished midfielder who's a captain, who's a leader, who's 26, is he? There or thereabouts. He's no kid. He's in the form of his life. He's dangerous from set pieces as well. He's not just got that defensive facet to his game. He's very well-rounded. I think you look no further than Declan. He's by far the better-rounded midfielder. If you ask me, could they play together? Yeah, I think they could. Sadly, they don't. There might have been a universe in which they did, but sadly, it's not this one. I think the midfield battle should be largely won by us. I'd have been worried if Odegaard started today. That's when I would have really been worried about that midfield battle. Yeah, you know it, BBK, man, you know it. But look, today, do I expect to win? Yes, I do. That's not because I'm entitled, as many people would have you say. It's because I believe, especially listening to them lineups that you just said right now, we've got the superior players. We play better football when we choose to. We can certainly defend a lot better when we choose to. With a more well-rounded team, I believe. Again, it's almost like the same debate with Rice and Caicedo. We're more well-rounded. If we wanted to today, we could stink out 1-0 win. Chelsea couldn't do that away at us, or even at home against us. I don't think they could. I reckon it's one way or no way, and we're just gonna have to wait and see. I hope we turn up with the right intent. As Jez alluded to as well, I hope them substitutions. We've got a lot of attacking intent as well on the bench. I hope he gets them right again and just proves it weren't that he made one good or a few good decisions on one night. He's got to do that consistently. It's intriguing, isn't it? I'm looking forward to it, not because it's a London derby, not because we could shut them up and put them out the title race. I'm looking forward to it just to see how the game goes, how we handle the situation, how we handle it being away, because we've had them 2 wins at home. Can we keep it up and step it up away? I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, it being away this time, Jez. I just sort of think, it's a different sort of avenue of being able to handle it. That's sort of one of the reasons why, I don't expect to go there and roll them over. But I do expect us to come out with 3 points today. I think anything less than that would be damning. And I suppose that could be a testament to how well or how far we've come. But ultimately, if we win today and don't win the Premier League, it all counts for absolutely nothing. So what we're saying is go and do Chelsea today by a hook or by a crook. Get the 3 points, however you're going to get them. Keep the momentum going. Do the same against Brentford on Wednesday. Do the same against, copy and paste every single other team on their prospective days and go and lift the trophy. Because otherwise, as DJB has alluded to before, they're just good nights, aren't they?
Yeah.
We'll remember the Tottenham 4-1s fondly. Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? Yeah, we'll remember the time we beat Bayern. Wicked, woo, well done. Yeah, but ultimately, I want to follow this up and go, Arsenal won 1-0 at Chelsea away today. Yeah, champions. It'll be a champions win in May if we're lifting the cup. It'll be a champions win because you go away to them. You go away and have different games. You smash the other 2 to bits. You play Chelsea. You know what I mean? Sometimes you've got to show a different way to win, and we can do that. Win there 1-0. Let it be ugly. Scrape a header. Scrape a set piece. I don't care. Just give me 3 points. That's all I want. Give me 3 points. And more importantly, put them out. Put them bastards in blue out their misery who think that they're going to win the Premier League. Because let me tell you, I'm still not sold on Arsenal winning the Premier League. And I damn sure fucking tell you that means I don't think Chelsea are going to win it. They're 2 boxes of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Oh, hopefully we put Chelsea to the sword.
Line text, by the way.
That gets them out of. Do you know what I'm saying? That gets them out of the league. Hopefully. And Gooners Therapy saying big up to you, my G. Massive test today. We'll see how good our strength in depth is today with this centre-back partnership. Yeah, but then they'll say, oh, but
which one is it though? Is it Realist Dan or Realist Gunner or the Lunatic? Which one is it? The Gooners Therapy. It must
be the other guy. No. It won't be Dan. It won't be Dan.
They need to put the initials of who's texting. Like on the catch will put Catcher SB at the end of it. They need to put that at the end so we know who we're talking about.
Yeah. Little cheeky P for positive and a little cheeky, or as you would say, a little cheeky L for lunatic.
Crazy. Text. It's been a long time, my G.
Sorry, bud. Sorry to cut you. I've got to shoot. Big up, everyone.
Big up, Aaron.
Enjoy the game, everyone, man. Big up, Lions. Big up, bro. Big up, Jez, BBK, Rashid. Thank you very much. Shane, that was here. And, of course, the world-class chat. Love always, bro. Bye.
So, look. Oh, no, Text. It's been a long time, my G. It's been a very long time. We've come a long way, right? We have come a long way. We've got Chelsea up next, and we're looking at both lineups right now. Tell us your thoughts about it, man, and your prediction.
No, big up Rashid for having me, man. I know it's been a minute. Big up to Jez, big up to BBK as well. Bless up to everyone in the chat every time. To be honest, bro, I'm expecting a win.
Hey,
to be honest, and nothing less, because anything less than that is going to be disappointing, especially as the fact that the thing is with Chelsea, they've been good at times, but they've been inconsistent as well. To be honest, they've had inconsistencies this season where we are meant to be the informed team, so there's no reason why we can't get 3 points today, even if it's at Stamford Bridge. I'm not really bothered where it is. Like, we just need to get the 3 points because any drop points now, yeah, it's just going to be a killer. Especially as Man City got that win yesterday, which I was hoping that Leeds would hang on for a draw, but obviously they couldn't do that. So it's even more important why we win, bro. You know what I mean? So it's imperative, bro. But in terms of the lineup, yeah, it's nothing more than what I expected. Obviously, I know Saliba is probably injured or whatever, but I expect us with the lineup that we have, we should have enough. Because the thing with Chelsea is their keeper is dodgy. Their defense is a bit all over the place, but their attack is quite decent, to be honest. So as long as we defend well, I expect us to win, bro, to be honest. Because this season, yeah, we have to win something, bruv. We have to. Because it's not like we ain't got the squad. It just depends on the manager whether he manages the squad properly or not. That's the main thing. If he manages the squad properly and how he's been doing recently, then there's no reason why we can't win something this season. Not to say that we're guaranteed it, because nothing's guaranteed in life, you get me? Like, you have to work for that shit. But at the same time, like, we're in pole position to try and do something this season. So I expect us to win this game, man. If we don't win this game, I'm going to be upset. Then, regardless, bro.
Yeah, as you should be. As you should be upset, bro. Taron, any last words before we wrap up? Because we're gonna have to go, set up for the game. Get ourselves ready, get the coffee on. You know how it is.
It's just they can put a dent in our title hopes by taking 3 points from us today. We can effectively end theirs. Because we go 9 points clear of them. They still have to come to the Emirates. They still have to play City twice. They still have to go to Anfield and all that stuff. So, yeah, I think that's the storyline. It's a genuine 6-pointer, and I think we must come out on the good side of this, because then we will know that this version of Arsenal is different than last year's version, because we've navigated Tottenham, Bayern, and Chelsea with all W's, and all W's. That's the standard. That's the title winning form that we need to go and push on, especially since City won yesterday and cut the gap to 4.
No, I hear that. 100%. I feel like we can. I would put them to the sword right now. Get Chelsea out of the conversation. We need them. I mean, you're never out of the conversation, really. If it's mathematically possible, you're still in the conversation. But I know context to it. Context. Jezza, any last words?
I'm still confident. I still think we can do it 2-0. It's going to be a tough outing, of course it is, but I think we've got the better squad right now. I think our players are probably screaming confidence after recent results. Yes, as Aaron said, we are away. It's a different situation, but I'm still confident. I still think we can do it. And we need to put these people to bed and shut them up. They're always mouthy, Chelsea. And, they're always shouting the gods and facts, but yeah, come on. And we need to beat this team to shut them up, because they're one trophy behind Arsenal. And I'm fed up of hearing all the bullshit, to be honest.
I mean, Jez, it's kind of crazy, because you've watched every kind of Chelsea really until they become the Chelsea the kind of Chelsea they are today. Don't you think it's crazy? The
thing is, you've got to be respectful. I mean, they had a fantastic ownership in Abramovich. He popped the life back with Chelsea. Before that, they were shit. They were proper shit. I remember Chelsea in the 70s. They were an excellent team. They went in the doldrums, like all clubs do, like Man United are right now. One of the greatest, well, probably the greatest team in English football, alongside Liverpool. But moving on, we've been through the doldrums, down to bad management, bad investment. We're now in a position where we can actually shut this lot up and say, okay, give it all the mouth, boys. You actually, you're not as good as you think you are. And that's how it is in the London derby. You know, that's what makes it so exciting. It's unique. There's nothing else like it.
Yeah.
Nothing else like it. You know, we played Tottenham last weekend, the noisy neighbours, and now we've got this lot down south. So we've got to go there today, shut them up. End of story. I'm confident.
No, hopefully we do. You know, it's personal. It is personal, people, when it comes to Chelsea, it comes to any derby, really. But it's just that Chelsea are one trophy away. It's time to take them seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because we slept on this. The amount of shit they won, and sometimes they're not even in the best position. They were 8th one time and they won the Champions League with Roberto Di Matteo, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy what Chelsea they are, what Chelsea they are now. Hopefully we do put them to the sword. Text. Can you hear us? Because you just okay. Text. Well, any last words, my friend?
Can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't think he's alive. But big up to the chat as well.
Big up, man.
We better skedaddle to watch the game. You know what I'm saying? So big up to everyone. Big up Tex. I don't understand. Tex is on, but he's not listening to them. But he can't hear us. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Thank you for watching to everyone. And yeah, people, we're gonna redirect to Lee. So yeah, big up Lee, Ola, and Matty. And yeah, we're out, people. BBK, thank you for being here.
Of course.
Thank you for being here as well. Big up to everyone. And like and subscribe to the Mandem and to me. And to everyone, man. To everyone that's been here today. Shane, Aaron. You know what I'm saying? Views.
Yeah.
Real ones. And we're out, people. Let's raid Lee Gunner.
Come on, you Gunners.